Honestly, though, do not lean back.
I may look calm, but I'm actually a little terrified. Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue à This Week à MLS avec Calen Carr et moi, Susannah Collins. How about that? How about that for an intro?
What is happening right
How
now?
about that? I am a woman of the world.
I can tell.
We're in Montreal right now. Look at this view behind us. This is probably our prettiest backdrop for This Week in MLS, huh?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. So we were here for the Montreal Impact game against the Red Bulls. We're going to get to that in a second, but lots to talk about today. So let's start out in Seattle. First of all, I want to mention that all four home teams shut out their opponent this week, which is a little bit crazy, and it was no different out in Seattle. A huge 3-0 win over Dallas, and it was an 8-minute stretch, and it just kind of all went wrong for Dallas. Everything went right for Seattle, and we've got to talk about the 2 goals from Nicholas Lodeiro and Valdez again coming up big.
I mean, what a difference one star can make.
Yeah.
And Lodeiro's been that difference for Seattle the entire second half of the season. He's my pick for newcomer of the year, having only been here half a year, which is rare. But been so fantastic, and in this game he showed it, stepped up in a big way with 2 big goals. Jordan Morris also a standout performance. And you also ought to give it up. Valdez, another goal. You know, sometimes it's funny as a striker, you just get a little bit of confidence in yourself. Doing one playoff goal will do that. You see that for teams, but also individuals, and big credit to him as well for his game.
And how about Dallas, though? I mean, you lose 3-0. Now you get to go home, but that is a huge mountain to climb.
Well,
and again, I keep, not to belabor the point, but they're without Mauro Diaz, they're without their best player.
They are getting to go home all right. I think it might be a long off season for these guys, unfortunately. And I think, when you look across the board at all 4 teams, the higher seeds, not a big advantage. Dallas wins the Supporter Shield, puts a lot into it, loses a couple players along the way, win the Open Cup, and then they play the lowest seed, Seattle, away. And you see, I really like being the lower seed in these tournaments because you get to set the tone in that first match. So Seattle goes at home, they're coming off a big buzz from playing a do-or-die game, they're in a rhythm. You only have a couple light days of training in between, but that's fine. You get your legs rested, you stay at home, and you go play the game.
Yeah.
So now they've set the tone, and Dallas has to go all the way back home thinking about, hey, we need you can't just come out and play a normal game. They've got to go guns blazing, which is going to open them up on the backside. So tough one for Dallas in this one. I think Seattle should have this one locked up.
Pretty remarkable what Seattle have been able to do. All right, so let's talk about the game that took place right here in Montreal. Calen and I had a front row seat for the Impact hosting the Red Bulls. A beautiful goal from Mancosu, who is having a heck of a playoffs. And this one was a huge win for Montreal because obviously they've now got to go back to Red Bull Arena, a very tough place to win, but they put themselves in a good spot, Calen.
Yeah, well, the Red Bulls have been unbeaten in their last 20 games in all competitions. So this is their first loss in a long time. They're not quite sure probably what to feel like after this one. And then Mancosu, I mean, what a difference he's made.
Man.
It's been incredible.
3 goals in the playoffs.
2 playoff games, yeah. And what a strike it was. I mean, he takes it so well. Nice ball from Jonadell over the top. And I remember, right as he was getting ready to strike that, I remember a goal he scored against Houston earlier in the season where he just takes it so quickly, cleanly off the volley. This one, he made no mistake about it, just crushes it, leaves Robles with no chance. And they really clogged the midfield. I think that's been the key for them in that first leg against DC, really giving Acosta a lot of problems. They tried the same formula with Sasha Kljestan in this one. Really weren't able to get a lot going, but of course, Red Bull Arena has always been a really tough place to play and a place where the Red Bulls have scored a ton of goals. So while they have a hill to climb, I feel like they'll probably come away feeling pretty good about their chances going forward.
I feel like too, and I don't know if you picked this up too, but even in Mauro Bielsa's press conference after the game, like there's a quiet confidence amongst this Impact team, and I feel like they've got a bit of swagger right now. They do,
and he's made the right choices. I think Bielsa deserves a ton of credit. And he's not the type to really take it upon himself, but you can almost sense when you pick a guy like Mancosu to start over a Didier Drogba, which was the right decision to make, but a tough one, let's be honest. That's a scary decision for a manager to make. A lot of coaches have lost their jobs because of those types of decisions. So to see Mancosu come in, score some goals, you gotta kind of just like sit back a little bit and just feel good about it. And I think that also endears himself to the group because they're realizing, hey, this guy's making the decisions based on form, based on the best decisions for the team. And you could see even just the reaction from these guys when they scored that goal, how much of a group they are, how much spirit they have.
Getting hot at the right time matters so much in MLS. Do you feel something special in the group that you feel you can go to Red Bull Arena and get this done to get to the next round?
Yeah, you know how it is. End of the season, you just got to believe. You got to get wins. That DC win pushed us a little bit higher. This win today, now we're confident. We got to be focused because it's not going to be easy over there. But we know that we can get the job done because we have the potential for it.
Time now to take it out west where the LA Galaxy were hosting the Colorado Rapids. LA with a bunch of chances in this one, but it was Gio Dos Santos who found the back of the net. But thanks to a beautiful, beautiful play by one Jelle Van Dam, he really set that one up.
Yeah, Van Dam has been doing this all season.
Yeah.
I've been seeing him make these marauding runs up the field, and sometimes you wonder, is he going to be able to get back? Can the team account for it? But give him credit, he's got the quality when he gets up there. I think he gets a little nutmeg off and then whips a nice ball, hits it straight at Gio. He doesn't, it's just basically just trying to put it on frame and is able to get the redirection into the goal. But they really were able to send numbers forward. Colorado wasn't able to hit on the break at all. Both fullbacks were able to get it into the attack, Robbie Rogers and Ashley Cole for the Galaxy. But only one goal. You know, I think Colorado's used to being in these tight games, but a good performance, a good start to the series for the Galaxy.
People anticipated this one was going to be a tight affair. Colorado's defense obviously has been, one of their strong suits all season. Any cause for concern for them, seeing as how, this LA team is so kind of front-loaded?
I would be, yeah. I'm sure Pablo Mastroeni is concerned and has his team prepared for sure. I mean, anytime you play against the Galaxy in the playoffs, you have to know that you're probably going to be the underdogs wherever they're seated because they have so much experience, they have so much talent on the squad. But I still think that Colorado gets through for me. I know I try not to make too many bold predictions, but I've picked them before. I'm going to stick with it. I just think that
they played well at home.
They played well at home. They've got a lot of talent going forward. Jermaine Jones is back in the side. He's going to give them a lot of energy, and I think they're going to find a way, even though it is going to be a tight game for sure in the second one.
All right, well, there was another game north of the border, Toronto hosting NYCFC. This one got a little testy, too. It was a great game. Josie Altidore coming up big for Toronto. That team just seems to be feeling it right now.
Well, Josie's he's basically playing a man possessed right now.
Yeah.
He's just, the ball seems to find him in the box sometimes as a striker. It's not always going to be the most beautiful goals. It's just scrappy ones in the playoffs. And, there's that one where it's bouncing around in the box and the ball just lands at his feet, but he takes it cleanly. And you could see the emotion after he scores. He's really been a leader in this playoffs in this last stretch for this team. And Michael Bradley, also another standout performance for me. Really was able to boss that midfield all game. And there's going to be physicality in this one for sure, but I think that getting that second goal from Ricketts was huge for them because they get that late one from Josie, and then the second one, that gives you a little bit more cushion going on the road.
Also, to keep NYCFC scoreless in this one. I mean, that's a team that scores a ton of goals, they're just built that way. And to keep them scoreless, I feel like has to give them a huge amount of confidence heading back to New York.
Away goals count. Away goals are the difference maker in this one, and Vieira's group didn't come out and attack the way we're used to seeing them on the road. In this one, they were a little bit more pragmatic, held it to 0 close to the end, but then, of course, the 2 goals. So now if you're Toronto and you go on the road and you get a goal, they have to score 4 to come back.
Yeah.
So, I think Toronto's going to be able to be really conservative on the road, I think, coming into NYCFC, but you don't want to sit back too far because if you absorb a lot of pressure with the talent that NYCFC is bringing, if anybody can make up a goal differential, it's this NYCFC team. They've got a lot of options in the attack, so I think we may go to this game.
Ooh!
It's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be fun. All right, Calen, time for. Did you see that?
Did you see that?
Did you see that?
Did you see
Did
that?
you see that? Did
What
you
did
see
you
that?
see?
Did you see that? Remember, that's how we were gonna. Yeah, because we actually did see
did
Didier.
see.
We saw Didier Drogba yesterday.
Nice leather jacket.
Looking fly.
I think that leather jacket
sporting the beanie.
costs more than my life.
I would absolutely agree with that. Okay, what was your? Did you see that?
My did you see that was all the selfies you took with all the fans in Montreal. I literally was just standing around, walking around like, Did you guys? I've been up here multiple times. I've hung out
Calen,
with people.
I can't help it that I'm in demand.
You know,
like it's
did the movement in Montreal, just no love, and then next thing you know, it's just selfie, 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 selfie. Everybody's getting a selfie.
Listen, I gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm not knocking it. I'm just jelly.
No, the fans in Montreal were lovely, and it was really fun to hang out with
yours?
them. Mine, did you see that? Was Leslie Jones's Twitter timeline. Did you see this?
I did see this.
So Leslie Jones, I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's on SNL. She got a huge following during the Olympics because she was like tweeting crazy stuff about all the Olympics. So enthusiastic. Ended up going to Rio. So she's discovered soccer and MLS and was tweeting about every single game, freaking out about she wants to go to a game.
But she just talking about
how hot all the players are. Jordan Moore, she was like, who's Jordan Moore? Who's this guy? Jordan, I see you. I mean, and now she wants to go to a game. And I want to put this out there. Leslie, you want to go to a game anytime, lady.
Soccer players should be trending.
I will take you.
Yeah.
I will take you to a game and you will have the time of your life. It was just hysterical. I mean, it was just her whole timeline was just straight fire.
Rain all day here, Rob Stone, Alexi Lawless here with you. This pregame show dedicated to you, Leslie Jones.
Wow!
MLS.
Send me the dude next to you. Ow!
I loved it.
I love it.
I was
I'll give her
super
a
into
follow.
it. Super into it.
She won't know.
Yeah. So Calen, how was Montreal to you?
It was great. Yeah, this whole trip has been fun. You know, a couple days in Montreal. It's one of my favorite markets.
Oh, it's awesome.
I think if you're a fan and you haven't made the road trip up to Montreal, you may get a chance. No, I don't know. I think this Red Bull team still may have something to say about that. But I do think the playoffs are a great time to hit the road. That's one of the coolest parts we've been doing.
It's
we've
been awesome.
Been vlogging our experiences as well.
More vlog action coming your way. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. Yeah, we've been having a great time.
So we'll be in New York next weekend.
Yep.
Tell us which one you want us to go to.
Yeah,
Red
Bulls,
or
NYCFC. Also, guys, remember to hit us up in that comment section. Let us know what you're thinking, how you're feeling about the playoffs. We want to hear from you. That's what we do this for you.
This is what
it's all
that's
about
why we
you
climb
guys.
Mountaintops for you
We
guys.
literally climbed a mountain to get here. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to keep it tuned in to MLSsoccer.com for all your playoff coverage. We'll see you soon.